So, we're going to talk about negative experiences today. And, I'm trying to see if there's another video I'm going to do today. Hold on. It's just me. Okay. Might do one more after this. Okay, sorry about that. So we're going to talk about negative experiences. Okay. So, as I was talking about in one of my past, in literally just the video I just filmed, that might be or might not already be out. I'm going to talk about negative experiences today. And the experiences that you have, the experiences that you have that play out later on in the end, right? This is what I mean. So, there's this saying that, but there's something I've said a couple... Wow. I really cannot come with a fucking intro. I'm like here and there and there and this and that and that. I'm not gonna lie, man. Making videos has been one hell of a fucking thing. And I'm sorry to get off topic, but you know what? I feel like just being genuine about this right now. My videos have been really off lately. Like, I feel like I get too carried away. My videos end up being... I want them to get down to 6-7 minutes. Just doesn't happen because I end up talking and talking and talking and talking. I can never get to the fucking point. Yeah, and then of course I can't even figure out actually a good intro for this. And then again, I waste time doing that. Look, I don't know, maybe I just don't have a lot of appreciation right now for how much I can actually cover in a video. I mean, 18 minutes is pretty good, but I know not everyone has that type of time, and I know that 18 minutes ain't really worth watching unless I'm packing in some valuable, consistent knowledge, not valuable, repetitive knowledge. That actually is the same thing. Fuck it. Okay, moving on with this video. So a negative experience, right? Whenever you have this situation where you might have whenever you have situations where you might have negative experiences with your life has hit you. Here's something I just want you to think about. Okay? I'm going to take the most basic fucking example of all time. Love and heartbreak. It happens to everybody, okay? I want you to think about this. Think about the girl. I don't care who it is. Think about a girl that was everything to you. You know what I mean? Like, think about the times and the memories you had. Think about the times you went to the arcade and hit the skee ball. You know, you went to fucking sit upon on the lake together late at night while the moonlight would just glisten off the water. You'd look at the stars together. Think about that type of relationship right there. Think about somebody who made you feel that way. Like, you know what I mean? Get into that emotion and really feel that charge. Okay? And then go to heartbreak. Go to the moment they broke up with you. Go to the moment that they cheated on you. Go to the moment that things were over. That things were just, that's it. It's done. I'm leaving. Think about the moment you broke up. And think about not the way you felt right there, unless that was the strongest feeling. Go to the moment that was like 10 minutes after, when you really took a moment to digest that hit. That hurts, right? So why do I bring up the point of this heartbreak thing? Is because in order to truly appreciate anything in life, anything valuable, anything positive, you've got to experience the absence of it. You have to experience the negative of it. You have to experience the contrast. I actually figured this out yesterday from Teal Swan. She was talking about this in one of her fucking daily updates, right? And I thought it was so interesting when she brought that up, because she said our universe is like programmed in a way where it was we're moving from unwanted to wanted, right? So again, in that concept, you can't learn to really appreciate love until you've experienced an absence of love, right? See, we can feel love all day. Like, we can feel the way it is to have those dates and those fuzzies and all that. We can feel that consistently. But if we never get love taken away from us, if we never have our heart shattered, if we never have it ripped out of our chest, if we've never experienced what it's like to lose it, we never truly value it. Actually, I'm going to share a personal experience. When I was depressed and I was becoming numb and I had no feelings whatsoever. If you go to my Instagram page, man, if you follow me on Snapchat or Instagram, you know how expressive of a guy I am. I don't hold back the way I feel. And if you've seen other videos, you know I'm a huge advocate for feelings and feeling the way you feel. You know, being with your emotions. You know why I cherish my feelings so much is because for that period of time that I was experiencing that depression and I was numb. When I was numb, dude, and I didn't feel life at all, it was that moment that I realized I would rather feel the worst of the worst things in life than nothing at all. I would rather cry over a heartbreak and actually be able to respond to that. Literally, one of the fucking things of a living characteristic is to respond to stimuli. If you take away emotion, you're taking away stimuli from yourself. Right? That's a stimulus. That's an evoked response. So that's why I cherish feelings so much. Because I know what it's like to live without it. I know what it's like to have somebody do something for you that normally should put a big smile on your face and make you really happy on the inside, and then nothing happens. And then it's really weird. And you can't even feel weird about it, so then it's even weirder. Because you don't feel weird. You just notice, and you're just like, whoa. And when that happened to me, bro, I said, I'm not going numb again. I'm going to experience and cherish every feeling I have. It was the moment that I lost feelings and I lost the ability to feel that I therefore, when I was able to feel again, it was stronger than ever. And every feeling I have now to this day is stronger than ever. And I've had people come up, I don't know why your emotions are so much stronger than others. Your emotions are so much. Well, yeah, because I just have them and I cherish the shit out of them. I live in them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm present with my emotions because I know the value of it. And unfortunately enough, as some people have said, we don't really appreciate something until it gets taken away from us. That is a fact. That is a fucking fact. And I actually don't think it's a sad thing. I actually think it's a blessing. I actually think it's valuable, and it is in accordance to the way this universe works. That unwanted to wanted ground. Right? Experiencing those traumas, experiencing those awful things that happen to you in your life, the absence, the pain, the harm, having that happen directs you to what you want. And it teaches you to truly experience what it is that you want, right? In order to truly experience love and appreciate love, you're going to have to get fucked over and broken and have your heart stomped on pretty bad. You know what I mean? In order to experience what it is to have $1 million, you're probably going to have to go dead broke. Right? It was something interesting. E.T., the hip-hop preacher, he said, he was in debt with something, and when he paid off the debt, he instantly went from like $10,000 to $30,000 on something he was doing per thing or something like that. He said the moment he was able to pay off his debt and the moment he was able to get out of the rut, he was able to just make magic. Why? Because he experienced the absence. He experienced the low. He experienced what it was to be in a negative state with money. So when he entered that negative state and he fell down into the rut, he knew what it was like to live in an absence of value, of an absence of price, an absence of money. the moment he got out of that he learned to cherish and experience, and now it's so much stronger of a vibration for him that he's bringing in more of that. You know what I mean? He cherishes that shit more because he knows what it's like being in a negative experience with it, and he knows the positive, and he cherishes the fuck out of that positive experience, right? I'm just throwing examples. Experiencing the negative of things and having something taken away from you will teach you to cherish it a lot more. Gary Vee, again, another example. He imagines something. He said every day, he said when he wakes up, he imagines his whole family was killed in detail. Like bleachers poured down their throat, their heads were chopped off, and they were dumped off into the river where everyone could see it the next morning when they drove to work. And he imagines that. Try that. Dude, I did it one time. I'll tell you, you never feel so grateful for just having a family at all. Like, yeah, your family may be shit. Imagine that, though. And then all of a sudden, it's like, like he said, the little things you're complaining about just go away. You really learn appreciation there. It's like, whoa, I would never want that to happen. Please, no. Like, wow. Especially when you go into detail. You don't just say, oh, my mom got killed. No, like, you really think about it. They're not in that house when you wake up. You're the only one there. They are dead, and they're not coming to knock at that door. They're not out. Like, you think about that. He allows himself to actually feel the absence. Which actually is funny. It's funny that he does this. He creates that situation in his head, and it actually triggers that feeling. That's an acting tactic. That's actually something you do when you act. You actually create situations. This is how you trigger realistic emotion when you act. You actually incite honest situations in your real life, and you react. You don't think back to the time you were sad. You actually create a situation where you would be sad. Think about it. Like your friend, you just got a phone call, and now all of a sudden, you find out that your best friend was just he was just in a car crash, 70 miles an hour on the interstate. Somebody flew over onto the other lane and head-on collision. His car's flipped over. Ambulance, PD are all on the way. We know you're one of his friends. We contacted you, right? And they're telling you, we're going to give you the update. We're bringing him to the hospital now. We're going to let you know how he's doing. If you want to come visit him, he'll be at SMH, right? You go to SMH. You're driving on the way. You park your car. You're about to get out. And I know this is off topic, but it's really interesting. You get out, and all of a sudden you get the call. Yeah, your friend died. Your best friend, he didn't make it. His heartbeat, his pulse is just done, right? That triggers that honest response. When you can create that, that teaches you that absence, right? That actually triggers emotion. That was interesting, though, that we brought that up. But he actually triggered the absence of a family within himself. I actually was able to do that. Trigger the absence of a family within myself. And it was at that moment I cherished my family more. Now, had that actually happened, oh, wow, that hit even harder, right? That's the reason I bring that up. Absence teaches you to appreciate having. So whenever you go through the experiences when you lose something, whenever you go through the experiences where it's not in your life, where the things aren't going your way, understand it is part of the plan. It is. It is. Because whenever you lose something, there's something to greater gain from it. I've said this before. And that gain is the opposite. They're taking something away from you. So when it gets given to you again, you're going to cherish it more than ever. And you'll really know what it means to experience that. That's why that's so important. So, that's my perspective. That's what I want to share about negative experiences today. If you're going through negative experiences, please be grateful that you're having this now. Because I'm telling you, it does work in the end. When you learn to move from that unwanted experience that you have now, and you can find yourself moving, because it will happen whether you visualize or not, as long as you know that you're going to take action to get to where you want to be. Instead of using coping mechanisms to cope with the pain and just get away from it, This is the reason why I tell people not to say, oh, this isn't meant for me. Oh, this isn't meant to be in my life. Oh, I shouldn't have this. Oh, I don't deserve this. I don't have that and whatnot. That's the reason I tell people don't do that shit, because you're literally defeating the purpose of this experience, which is to get you to understand the absence so you can appreciate the gain. So learn to appreciate that absence, and you'll really appreciate the gain. Understand, you don't have to like this. You don't have to be happy about it. Okay, and I'll make a video. This is literally going to be the video after this. Okay? You don't have to like this experience. You don't have to be happy about this. But you damn sure better be grateful it's going on, because it is pulling that slingshot back. And it is showing you the dark side of life, dark side of that spectrum, and is giving you that contrast. You can have one thing, but when you can see the contrast, it makes a fucking huge difference. You can color grade a piece of footage, but you don't actually know how much you did until you unapply that color grade. You see what the footage looked like before, and then you look at it now and you're like, oh my god, it's so different. Contrast is beautiful. So be thankful for experiencing the contrast and the negative experiences that you have right now, because it is setting that contrast for you. So when you do experience that positive thing again, you actually have something to gauge, and subconsciously you'll appreciate it so much more, even consciously as well. So bless up to those in negative times. You wait till you get to a positive time and you comment exactly how you feel about it now. Thank you. Bless up. Talk to y'all next time.